Yes, what we are going to tell you is precisely the story of a man who once listened to a star. He was a poor shepherd. He lived in a sad village and had his dog as his only friend. But the man was young and had hopes, of course. Sometimes he would look at the horizon and ask himself,
Why can't I go across those hills? Why can't I see the world on the other side? Ah, I will go one day. I will definitely go. This is small for me, and those mountains are so big. What will there be beyond the mountains?
It then happened, according to the legend, that one night the shepherd became deeply fond of the moon. The fresh breeze, which had run softly, did not even consider resting. He sat there, dreaming with his eyes wide open, and at one point, whether it was reality or a dream, he had the distinct impression that a tiny star was coming down to him. In this star there was a childlike face, and the star spoke to him in a sweet, childish voice.
Shepherd, is it true that you wish to go and see the world? Aren't you afraid of the unknown?
Startled, the man shivered.
My God, is it possible that the stars have a voice?
The sweet little child's voice was heard again.
Yes, it is I who tells you. But it was God who sent me to guide you. We can leave any time you want.
An immense joy took the young shepherd by storm.
Live? Did you say we can live? I really wish I had left all this and adventure myself, discovering new lands. I wish.
The shepherd became ecstatic, listening to his own desire, but the little voice of the bright star that had descended from the high interrupted his excitement, reminding to him with vividness.
My good friend, I told you that everything depends only on your will. When you're willing to leave, you just have to call me. I'll be waiting for you up there, next to my sisters. Goodbye, shepherd.
And fast and light did the little star go up to join the other stars. The shepherd followed her gaze. He could hardly believe what he had seen and heard. The truth, however, is that the bright little star no longer abandoned him. Every night the shepherd was on her way, brighter than the others, even smiling, and he ended up experiencing his great adventure. One night, when the moonlight had not yet come, the shepherd looked up at the sky and said,
Oh, my little star, whether madness or truth, I heard your voice, so I am determined. May the will of the Lord be done. I will go on adventure until I reach that great mountain range that I see beyond, the greatest of all. Oh, my good star, come down from heaven and come to guide me.
Then the shepherd heard a sort of strange melody descending on him, and again the shepherd listened to that soft voice of tenderness he had once heard.
Here I am. You know, I even thought you didn't believe me, but I'm glad you understood it.
Then, on the way, I will follow you wherever you want.
And so saying, the shepherd was already preparing to begin his journey when an obstacle appeared. The dog, the faithful companion of the shepherd, certainly felt a strange presence by his side. It was the star. Suddenly the dog barked loudly in the midst of the dark night, startling the whole village. Surprised by such irreverence, the pastor hurried to silence him.
Quiet, quiet, here. What are you barking about? The star is our friend. She will take us to that mountain, you see. Come on, calm down. Nobody will hurt you.
Gradually the dog calmed down, and quietly followed its owner along the paths of the unknown. In the village the old men waved their wise hats. Only a madman would be living. Out there he could only find hunger, misery, and death. In fact, they were almost right. The past had proved it that other shepherds walked randomly, as if by chance, without reaching their destination. It was a long and hard walk. The top of the mountain was always further up, and the road, which he had judged short, seemed to have no end. There were twists and turns without end. There were days and months going by like ghosts, without the reaching of the desired peak of the mountain. The dog, his faithful companion, could not handle the journey. He stood on the path, marked by a rough stone sign. The shepherd, before leaving him, looked at the cold earth, while some hot tears tried to warm him, and he said,
I leave you here. You were my faithful and only friend. Where will my steps take me? I don't know. Can I reach that mountain top? Only God knows. Goodbye, my friend. Your fate has ended here. Mine has to continue.
And silently he headed towards the top of the mountain, that same shepherd who had once dreamed to embrace the whole horizon. Many years went by. The shepherd aged, and the star itself too, as the legend tells us. But one day, well, that day was coming. The shepherd stepped on the top of the mountain. The joy he felt was almost maddening. He looked around and saw the vast and beautiful horizon, and his head seemed to go crazy. He cried and laughed at the same time. He shouted in the wind and his hymn of praise.
Blessed be God! Blessed are you too, my good star. We have arrived.
The soft blowing wind, surrounding the old man's words, decided to take them up in the air, careful though, not to lose any of them, until the man's feet no longer touched the ground. Hearing it, the star smiled at him and said,
My good shepherd, you have indeed gone through many torments. We have both grown old, but God made you feel safe.
Then, dominating all the surrounding space, the voice of the shepherd sounded powerful and convincing.
I'll stay here forever with you. Forever.
And the shepherd settled there, plunging delighted his gaze into the vast breadth of the horizon. He then became a topic of interest in those lands. So the king of those lands heard of a shepherd that dwelt at the top of the mountain, and that he had a single star in the world, with whom he spoke every night. Without hesitation, he sent messengers to bring him into his presence. When the old shepherd, somewhat surprised, arrived at the palace of the king, he elucidated him on his intent.
Listen, poor old man. I will give you all the riches you want. I will make you a powerful man for the rest of your life. In return, I just want you to give me your star.
The old shepherd looked at the king in despair.
You asked for the impossible, Lord. The star is not mine. It's from heaven.
Furious, the king shouted at him.
What does it matter? I know she does what you command. If you want, she'll be mine.
With a dignity that astonished the monarch, the old shepherd replied,
Sir, I'd rather be poor, despised, but always keep my star.
And with the same breath of energy, the old shepherd turned his back on the mighty king, and struck again on the way to the mountain. When he arrived, it was already nightfall. He threw his tired body over the ground and nibbled on a crust of black bread. Then, this strange but known melody came down from the top and came to whisper in his ears.
I'm glad that riches did not tempt you. I will be so sad. I left you miseries to expose you even more to the temptation, but I confess that I feared much. The king has afforded you true treasures.
Rising from the viewpoint where his tired body had thrown himself, the old man answered with tears in his voice.
Listen, my good star. I've lost count of the years. I do not know how long I've met you. But I want you to know that I can't live without you, without your light, without your glare, without your presence.
The star explained it him in a whisper, causing the wind to blow.
When you die, my good shepherd, you may die in peace. I promise you that I will never abandon you.
In ecstasy, the shepherd stared at his star. The intense glow splashed light over his grey hair, and the old man, in a prophet's voice, proclaimed from the heights of the mountains.
I thank you for what you did to me. From now on this mountain will be called, and forever known as Star Mountain.
And the legend has it that on the heights of the mountains, it still can be seen every night, among her sisters, a star that still shines today in a strange and different way. Its brightness sheds reflections of longing and love on the unknown heap of the one who was and will continue to be, your shepherd.